flavor of a memory. Whenever all the stars above are shining, then I know I'll never be alone.
Hey everyone, it's Natalie. Welcome to my channel for this year's fall coffee recipes video. I've been doing this for years now, and it's one of my favorite videos to make because I love fall and I love coffee so much, and I know many of you do as well. This year I'm taking a different spin on things because I have been, as many of you know, simplifying my life and my home, and one of the things that I've really simplified lately is my coffee routine. Now, I still love the extra flavors, but I don't love the extra steps, especially in the morning when I need some caffeine to kick off my day. So I have simplified things and made some really easy but super delicious recipes for you that will not only save you time but also money. Whether you're someone who shops for store-bought creamer or you go through the drive-thru every day or a couple times a week, it can definitely add up. And so today I am sharing with you some yummy coffee recipes that include my homemade from scratch creamers, which I am in love with. Spoiler alert, the pecan pie latte that I'm going to be sharing with you is my absolute favorite, and I would love to know right now in the comments how you say it. Do you say pecan or pecan? As a Seattle gal, I say pecan, and I cannot wait to share this pecan pie latte with you. I have a couple of other recipes for some yummy, cozy fall coffees, and I hope you love it. Give this video a thumbs up while you're watching it if you enjoy it, and if you try any of these fall coffee recipes, definitely go tag me over on Instagram. Take a picture or a video, Instagram story post, whatever it is. I would love to see your coffee creations, whether it's one of my recipes or you take your own spin on things. Be sure to tag me at Natalie Bennett Vlogs. I'll link my Instagram in the description box if you want to check me out over there. But without further ado, let's get into these coffee recipes because if I do say so myself, I think they are some of the best I have ever made, and they're certainly some of the easiest. So let's get started. So for today's recipes, I'm going to be making my coffee a couple of different ways. I'll be pulling shots from my Breville espresso machine, which certainly isn't necessary, but it's my preferred method. But I'm also going to be making some brewed coffee in my Bodum French press and using an easy instant coffee that's perfect for those super hectic mornings. Although I'm not vegan myself, all of these recipes can be made with plant-based milks as a substitute and whatever sort of sweetener that you prefer or that fits your dietary needs. This is how I like to make my creamers and coffees, but feel free to play around with different brew methods and make your coffee or creamers how you like them best. And by the way, all of the products that I can link, like glassware, straws, coffee makers, and some of the ingredients, will be in the description box with the fully written out recipes if you're curious. So for the first drink recipe today, we will be making a Mocha Macchiato with my salted caramel mocha creamer. We're going to be making the creamer first in a small saucepan on the stovetop. We're starting with 3 tablespoons of brown sugar and 1/3 cup of water on medium-high heat. We're going to let that sugar dissolve in the water and come to a boil, but keep your eye on it. Be sure not to let it scorch or get too dark. We want the sauce to get thickened a bit and to have that nice, rich caramel brown color. This usually takes 2 to 5 minutes. Next, I'm going to add a couple of teaspoons of this homemade vanilla extract that my mom made. You can use regular store-bought vanilla, but if you want a step-by-step recipe on how she makes this, it's even cheaper than store-bought, by the way. I will link her Instagram post in my description box. Nothing beats fresh vanilla in a caramel recipe, and it put the flavor of this creamer over the top. Next, I'm going to add a pinch of salt to the caramel to really add that umami element. Now, I like my caramel extra salty, but if you don't prefer salted caramel, you can definitely omit this ingredient. After the salt has dissolved, I'm going to let the caramel mixture cool off a little and pour off just enough for a drizzle into a separate bowl or container. Next, I'm going to add 2 cups of this unsweetened vegan cream. I add in the cream a little at a time while I whisk the caramel mixture throughout, keeping the heat on a low-medium on my stovetop. Once the caramel is well incorporated into the cream, I'm going to add a tablespoon of this cocoa mixture. You can use whatever cocoa or hot chocolate mix you have on hand, but I really enjoy this reishi mushroom and cacao mixture from Bloom. It doesn't have too much sugar in it, so it doesn't make the already sweetened caramel mixture in the creamer too sweet. It's the perfect addition. And once it's all mixed in, I let it cool a bit before transferring it into my reusable creamer bottle. This recipe makes about 16 ounces and can be stored in the fridge for up to 10 days. I love this creamer in my Mocha Macchiato, which starts with dark espresso beans ground in my espresso maker hopper to a fine texture. Before I pull the shots, I'm going to add some of the salted caramel mocha creamer to my milk pitcher and give it a steam. If you don't have a steamer or an espresso machine that has one, you can always carefully heat a cup of creamer in the microwave or on the stovetop. I add the steamed creamer to the cup and then I pour my shots of espresso on top. The word macchiato means marked in Italian, which describes the way the dark espresso makes a mark or a streak through the milk that it's poured into. I top this drink with the extra caramel as a drizzle, a sprinkle of the cacao powder, and a pinch of flaked sea salt. This drink, with its rich chocolate and decadent caramel, is perfect for a cozy fall day, and it reminds me of chocolate-covered caramel candies my grandpa would always have in his pockets for us grandkids during this time of the year. He always said they were for fall and winter only because in the warmer months they'd melt in his pocket. The flavors in this drink altogether just remind me of my childhood and simpler times. It's so delicious, and I hope you'll enjoy it too. Now, a fall coffee video would not be complete without some sort of pumpkin spice coffee recipe. So today we are making a pumpkin cream cold brew coffee because I've always wanted to try to make a dupe for the famous one from Starbucks. But I think mine is even better, and it's more affordable, of course. We're going to start again with a homemade creamer that we are making in a large batch, and we're going to be over at the stovetop again to make it. Our pumpkin spice creamer starts with 2 cups of some of that vegan cream in a saucepan on medium heat. We're going to bring this up to a low simmer and add half a cup of pumpkin puree. I had this can of organic puree on hand, but I also have some homemade pumpkin puree in the freezer that I didn't defrost in time to make this video. Oops. If you're someone who enjoys the cinnamony, spicy flavors of fall, but you don't really enjoy pumpkin flavor, then feel free to leave this ingredient out and just include the next one, which is pumpkin spice blend. Pumpkin spice blend is a mixture of cinnamon, cloves, ginger, nutmeg, and I like to add a little turmeric to mine for the spiciness and pretty color. I'm adding 2 teaspoons of the pumpkin spice blend to the pot, as well as several drops of stevia as my sweetener of choice for this creamer. Use whatever sweetener you prefer. As the mixture simmers, I'm going to stir and wait for it to all blend thoroughly together. We're going to let that cool for a bit and then transfer it to a reusable jar. You can also use a mason jar or anything that you have on hand that would work to store your creamer in the fridge. Since this creamer has real pumpkin in it, I suggest that you use it within 5 to 7 days. I've been enjoying making this decaf cold brew coffee for my kids and I to have as a little afternoon treat after homeschooling. My favorite way to make cold brew is in my French press in my fridge overnight. The way I do this is by coarsely grinding some decaf beans in my coffee grinder and adding it to my French press. I pour cold water into the French press, give it a little stir with a wooden spoon. At this point, you could even add some extra pumpkin spice seasoning if you want to flavor your coffee. And I pop that in the fridge overnight, or for 2 hours minimum. Sometimes we'll prepare this in the early morning and it's ready for us by lunchtime. To make the pumpkin cold foam, I'm going to take my pumpkin spice creamer out of the fridge and give it a gentle shake to mix it all back up. And then I'll add some of it to my milk pitcher and use this handheld frother to whip some air into it and create a foamy pumpkin spicy topper for our decaf cold brew. Now I enjoy cold brew over ice, but since it's chilled, it's not necessary. I'm just an iced coffee kind of person, and so are my kids apparently. It's so fun to share this treat with my kids, and I think this one is perfect for a summer into fall transition drink. The cold brew pairs perfectly with the creamy pumpkin spice, and it rivals any store-bought creamer or drive-through drink you can get this time of the year. Okay, who is up for Thanksgiving in a mug? Because this pecan pie latte is just that, and it happens to be the easiest creamer recipe in this video to make. You know the drill. We're starting over at the stovetop to make our maple pecan coffee creamer in a large batch so we can enjoy this for days. I'm using real dairy in this one, but I have made it with the vegan cream, so use whatever you prefer. Today I'm starting with a pint of heavy cream and about a cup of 2%. I'm basically making my own half and half since my local store was out of my favorite dairy brand's half and half.
A part of us will never leave.
Once that gets simmering on medium-low, I'm going to add 1/3 cup of pure maple syrup. I typically say use your sweetener of choice. However, the maple syrup not only adds sweetness to this recipe, but an important flavor in this creamer, so I highly recommend it. Next, we're going to add 2 teaspoons of pecan extract to add the most important flavor of the recipe. And then I added just a dash of nutmeg, which tied it all together and made it taste like fresh from the oven grandma's pecan pie. Literally tastes like warm maple pecan ice cream.
Ooh.
Like butter pecan.
Right.
We'll whisk everything together until it's well blended and bubbling, and after it cools a bit, I transferred it to my creamer container and let it chill in the fridge. This one will last up to 7 days in the refrigerator, and it makes the perfect addition to my morning coffee. For the pecan pie latte, I'm starting with 2 teaspoons of this instant coffee in my favorite fall mug. I just pour boiling water over the instant coffee powder to dissolve it for a quick cup of joe. Next, I add my maple pecan creamer to my pitcher and steam it with my espresso machine's steam wand. Once this creamer gets steamed, my whole kitchen fills with the smell of a baking pecan pie, which is why I named this latte what I did.
Stars above are shining. and I know I'll never be alone.
The nutty richness of the pecan extract complements this coffee flavor so well that rich cream adds a silkiness to the drink that seriously makes me want to cuddle up with family and enjoy a Thanksgiving football game after a big meal. Although these creamer and coffee recipes are all tasty, this one is definitely my favorite, and I know you'll fall in love if you try it too. There is just something about fall time and coffee that soothes the soul, and I hope you guys enjoyed seeing my fall coffee recipes for 2020. I have been loving putting these together and simplifying my coffee routine by making some really yummy creamers to go along with whatever sort of coffee that I am making that day, whether it's French press, instant, espresso. Let me know in the comments how you like to make your coffee, or if you like it iced or hot. I'm usually an iced coffee sort of gal, but oh my goodness, this pecan pie latte is like Thanksgiving in a mug. I'm obsessed. I actually have a day in the life, get it all done with me, sort of behind the scenes of some of the stuff that I did to make this video happen. So be sure to check back for that. Make sure you're subscribed with the bell button turned on so you don't miss my regular Monday videos, as well as the bonus videos that I put out from time to time. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. And don't forget to follow me over on Instagram, and be sure to tag me if you try any of my coffee recipes, or if you have a different fall drink that you would just love to share. I love getting inspiration from you guys. Tag me over there at Natalie Bennett Vlogs, and I'll be sure to reshare. But I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are. Thanks for spending a little part of it here with me on my channel. Thanks for watching today's video, and I'll catch you later.
Probably good to remember to put water in the espresso machine before you start shooting a coffee video. I just got that all over the stovetop.
Oh well.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Filming Natalie is completely confused as to what I just said. Editing Natalie, can you help a girl out? Oh my gosh.
This is so good.
That face though. Wow.
Kids are good. I didn't get enough in my mouth.
Oh, okay, Haley. Good to know, sweetheart.
I farted.
Did you get that on video?
Yes.
That's going in the bloopers.
I hope it picked that up.
I farted.
That was
Let there be rain and there